So, in pretty much every one of my video descriptions for this year, 2022, I put in there comments, question mark, questions, question mark, criticisms, question mark, comedy, question mark. And nobody has ever taken me up on the comedy part. I mean, the closest that I come to seeing comedy is going to somebody else's channel and then watching how some of the other people make comments that are just as entertaining as the video I'm watching. It kind of livens things up. So, anyway, my point is, if you have a bad pun, or even a good pun, I guess, uh, go ahead and leave it in the comments. And if you see a pun that you can counter and come up with something just as funny, leave it in the reply to that comment. I want to see. I want to see if you can get me to laugh. I mean, it's not the easiest thing to do, but if I do get laughing, sometimes I just lose it and like hit the floor. Anyway, uh, so I wanted to basically say, go ahead, check every video description I've made this year. It's about 5, 6 videos or thereabouts. See if any of them don't say comments, questions, criticisms, comedy. And anyway, so that's the humorous part of this video, aside from the title. And what's the title going to be? The Devil is a Lawyer. And yeah, he is called a liar, but you know, he is capable of telling the truth. Devil will tell the truth when it suits his purpose, just like you will tell the truth when it suits your purpose. Am I calling you the devil? No, not at all. But I'm saying that the devil is a lawyer, and he will be a stickler to every letter that you speak or write. Ironclad contracts with that character. And he does bless people that do his bidding too. Lots of rich folk around. But anyway, that's just a bonus for the video. So what's my main subject for today? Well, main subject for today is that everybody has strengths and weaknesses. Why do they have strengths and weaknesses? They have strengths so that they could give those strengths or a portion of that strength to somebody who's in need. And they have weaknesses because they have a need for something that they don't have. Someone who is strong could give them that balance. It's just how we were created. Yes, we were created. I don't really believe in evolution. That we have both strengths and weaknesses, things that we're good at and things that we're not so good at. I mean, for me, one weakness is, well, not that charismatic, to be honest. I mean, just the way I talk. Some people like it, but some people don't. Not really good at some of the jobs that I've done in the past, like being a mechanic, carpenter. Even the job I'm currently on is not what, what I'd say something I'm adept with, but it's a learning process. And it's going to take a lot of time, a lot of trial and error, and I'm going to make a lot of mistakes along the way. But it seems to be working out so far. I mean, I've kept the thing longer than a few months. strengths and weaknesses. Nobody is completely invulnerable. There's always some little chink in the armor of everyone. That's me, that's you, and that's everybody else around you on this planet. And no matter how you try to cover it up, it's still there. And sooner or later, somebody's going to penetrate it. They penetrate me more times than I care to admit. But for some reason, still here, still breathing. You know what I'm saying? And if you're watching me, the chances are you're still around, you're still breathing, you're still pretty functional. So, what is my point for you today? To take the strengths that you have, offer it to somebody who does not have that kind of gift, in exchange for the gift that they have, that they're very strong at, that they would give it to you, so that you would not be so weak, so that you would not have such a big chunk of loose armor. And yeah, you should put all your armor on, because you never know who's going to come at you. I would love to think that we're in a safe environment, protected from all harm, but that's not reality. That's not how this world operates. At least not until a Messiah comes back. In my head, there would be first a false Messiah, one that pretends to be the savior of the world, but is really nothing more than a warmonger. And then there's a real Messiah who's going to basically slay all his enemies and then bring about peace to everybody who's left. And that's my story for today. Anyway, hope you're all doing well. Please do leave your bad puns. Try to get me to laugh, because there's not been a whole lot to laugh about in this decade. I mean, we got something called COVID-19, which is still being all the rage around the mainstream news press. We have this situation over in Europe, like the Ukraine. We have a lockdown over in Australia. And that's just the stories that the headlines are talking about. They seem to have forgotten about Africa. They seem to have forgot about South America. I mean, and you have a little thing of unrest going on in the Far East around, I don't know, something called the DPRK, the Democratic People's Republic of Korea. Anyway, so all I'm saying is, give me something to laugh about, something to take my mind off of all this other negativity that's going on in the world today. And I'll catch you next video, whether that's on this channel, your channel, or somebody completely different.